At 7:30 they will.
Oh, I would. I just see it about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 7:30 they was coming from Stamping Ground. It's pretty rough.
Well, the state roads were.
20 mile an hour all the way up.
Chad, it's
Yeah.
time.
I thought we were going to say pledge. We're not going to say. Yeah. I just stayed up.
Dude, you don't get to run the meeting.
Oh, that's. I was saying the pledge. I said a silent pledge.
No, you're the
All right.
Yeah, but the state roads are kind of rough, but all the from the county
They were
roads.
getting stuck on Woodlake Hill.
So it's
Yeah. Oh, did
11 a.m. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Do I hear Stacy Hamilton in there?
Yes, I made it.
Ms. Hamilton,
He's driving, so we need to help him probably.
do we have quorum there? We'll call roll if we have a quorum.
Okay, Mr. Hostetler,
Brandon.
Mr. Jones,
Here.
Mr. Wallace,
Here.
Mr. Corman,
Present.
Mr. Ellison,
Here.
Mr. Pratt,
He was on.
he was going to be on Zoom, I think.
You, Mr. Walton.
There he
Ryan
is.
Preston, Joy.
Okay.
Ryan, can you hear Stacy?
There he is.
okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I got the line. Let the record reflect that he is present.
Mr. Livingston,
As much as
Here.
it can be.
Mr. Culbertson,
Here.
Judge Covington.
Present. Appreciate, before we actually start in, Dr. Wallace, would you lead the pledge?
Yes.
Assistant to the assistant.
That's right. Let us pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Appreciate everybody attendance under the circumstances with the weather. Before we get into the agenda, let's just take a minute to give a shout out to our road department and all our first responders out there working. JR, I think JR's on here. He's got his beach boys, his beach background with Rick out there. But I don't know if JR's been asleep yet, and many of those men haven't been asleep. We appreciate your all's work and all our first responders as well, the Sheriff's Department, and fire and EMS, EMA, everybody. So much appreciated. With that said, then we do have a quorum. We can conduct business. The first item is minutes from a previous meeting. Would there be any questions related to those as presented?
Motion. Second.
So we have a motion and we have a second. If you're making a motion from Zoom, just make sure to raise your hand and be on, make every effort to be audible for Stacy. I think that's what Stacy asked me yesterday. Am I hitting that right, Stacy?
Yes, thank you.
All right, very good. So we have a motion and we have a second. Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bills and hand checks as presented. Any questions or comments?
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Let the record reflect that Sheriff Jeremy Nettles has submitted $44,723.55 in fees. Let the record reflect that Sheriff Nettles also submitted $3,060,122.85 in property taxes. And let the record reflect that County Clerk Rebecca Johnson submitted $152,086.48 in fees. Next, I'd like to recognize and let the record reflect that Magistrate David Livingston completed his training unit.
Good job. Right here, Dan.
Absolutely. sure to get them in to just give their testimony, update on how the net device is impacting their lives personally, those folks. So I appreciate that very much. And then moving down, I'm going to ask Cam to help us on number 9, Resolution 2518, repealing the RV moratorium, since we passed and advertised the ordinance at our last meeting. Cam, any questions or comments before Cam reads that resolution?
All right, Scott County Fiscal Court Resolution number 2518, a resolution of the Scott County Fiscal Court repealing the moratorium on the Georgetown-Scott County Planning Commission's acceptance and review of applications for the establishment of RV campgrounds previously established by Resolution 2511. Whereas the Scott County Fiscal Court, or Fiscal Court, is the duly constituted governing body of Scott County, Kentucky, operating pursuant to the authority granted under the Kentucky Constitution and KRS Chapter 67. And whereas on June 24th, 2025, the Fiscal Court adopted Resolution 2511, which imposed a temporary moratorium on the Georgetown-Scott County Planning Commission's acceptance and review of applications for the establishment of RV campgrounds. And whereas after careful study and deliberation by the Georgetown-Scott County Planning Commission, and after careful study and review by the Scott County Fiscal Court, the Fiscal Court has adopted Ordinance Number 2503, an ordinance amending the Georgetown-Scott County zoning ordinance regarding RV campgrounds. And whereas the Fiscal Court has determined that the circumstances that necessitated the moratorium have been addressed, resolved, or otherwise rendered no longer applicable, and whereas the continuation of the moratorium is no longer in the best interest of the citizens of Scott County, and the Fiscal Court finds it appropriate and necessary to repeal the moratorium in its entirety, and whereas the Fiscal Court desires to restore normal regulatory processes and permit reviews relating to RV campgrounds effective immediately, now therefore be it resolved by the Scott County Fiscal Court as follows. Section 1, repeal of moratorium. The moratorium on the Georgetown-Scott County Planning Commission's acceptance and review of applications for the establishment of RV campgrounds established by Resolution 2511 and adopted July 24, 2025, is hereby repealed in its entirety. All provisions of that resolution are declared null and void as of the effective date of this resolution. Section 2, resumption of normal procedures. All applications, permits, approvals, or related processes concerning RV campgrounds shall resume under the laws, regulations, and ordinances currently in effect as of the date of this resolution. Section 3, severability. If any portion of this resolution is held to be invalid or unenforceable, the remaining portions shall continue in full force and effect. Section 5, effective date. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon passage and approval by the Scott County Fiscal Court this 12th day of December 2025.
Thank you, Cam. Any questions or comments related to that?
Would there be a motion to approve?
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion in a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. Next.
Item number 10, Road Department position, safety CDL coordinator, and we shared an updated, kind of a refined job description by email, and I don't think there's any question that this is a needed addition and position. What was discussed last week was the question about the adjustment of the median, and what was shared this week was I think the median for the job, just equipment operators, 2453. I think if we adjusted the median and what was thrown out and shared via email, so possibly considering an adjustment of $1.50, which would get you to a little bit over $26.03 as being something to consider. And I think that would be a place to start our discussion. Anyone have any comments or questions related to that?
So judges, the recommendation
Just make a motion.
$1.50.
Yeah, that's I think everybody's happy.
I'll make a motion that we approve this new position with a $1.50 raise on for hourly wages.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Any other questions, comments?
I would ask that the court consider allowing Jeff to post this internally and JR and Jim conduct interviews, possibly next Friday if that works. And
It would be helpful if JR, to get this position on in, if we could make a recommendation after the interviews, next week, we'll share that and then see about a timeline of going ahead and getting them in. I don't know if the court would consider allowing us to share that recommendation and then going ahead and rolling with and then ratifying at our December 23rd meeting. Would there be any comment to that?
I've got a quick question. Are we voting to create a new position and add additional compensation, or are we voting to change the description?
David.
Description.
David, for this position, it's a equipment operator and safety and CDL coordinator. It's the way the description is shared, so it's and it's just $1.50 adjustment to that median for this position.
I wrote new position. so
You're
it's not-
modifying
Well,
an
that-
existing position. It's
Okay,
not a new
yeah, okay,
position.
because the motion was to create a new position. That's why I was asking.
It's not a new position.
Okay.
You're just
The
adjusting
the job description.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're creating a pay scale for that position, but it's not a new position.
I just want to make sure that we voted correctly because
Yeah.
I don't want to have to come back and readdress it.
Should we amend the motion?
I'm correcting it.
Yeah, I thought the motion was to approve the job description. but-
And the pay.
Yeah, and the pay.
Okay, got it.
But,
All right. David, is that
okay,
answer your
that's what
question?
Mike said. New position. Okay. Yeah, the motion stands for amended.
All right. David, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you for the clarification, that was good. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, we'll move forward with that and, try to get somebody in place, after having that advertising interview. Hopefully that's the recommendation next Friday, and we'll communicate. Next, fire department new hires, I'll turn it over to Jeff.
Yes, I have, there it is, that's what I was looking for. I'm very pleased to recommend on behalf of Chief Ward 2 lateral transfers. I'm very pleased that we have the ability to hire 2 really well-experienced firefighters. One of them is with us here today, Tyler Sipes. First of all, both of these appointments will be effective January 5th, and Tyler Sipes will begin employment at $16.70 an hour. Tyler has more than 15 years of experience in the field and has worked for the Georgetown Fire Department also from 2017 to 2019. Danny McGuire is also recommended as a lateral transfer. His pay rate is $16.27 an hour. He worked for us previously from 21 to 22 and left in good standing. So I don't know if, Chief, if anything else you want to share? Or?
No, that's, we're just very fortunate, to have 2 good quality candidates here that, to try to fill that one vacant position and then trying to plan for retirements coming up. Like I said, we got by March, I think a total of 5. Like currently, I think 3 is eligible now, 5 come, or 2 more come March. Don't know 100% certain of those 5, other than I feel pretty confident that one of them for sure will be gone in March, but, I'm not unsure about the other 4.
So as discussed at the workshop, if you recall, one of these is to fill a vacant position. Another one is a provisional hire or an overhire by one position to fill a future vacancy.
Thanks for bringing that back up, Jeff.
Okay.
Do you need
Yes, please.
Good.
Second.
So we have a motion, we have a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, thank you. We'll turn it over to Cam and Jeff, Attorney's Office, new hire.
Thanks, Joe Pat. We had an attorney, Erin Lopiano, resign to take another position, and she left on November the 7th. So we had advertised the position and had a number of applicants, and I'm asking your approval to hire James Judge, who stood out above the rest and is a strong applicant. James has about 5 years' experience in the Fayette Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, and prior to that, he worked in the Attorney General's office, and he did some private practice before that. James would start in our office on January the 5th. I've sent you an email with his total compensation. The total compensation based on his years of experience would be $104,185. The majority of his salary will be paid by the Unified Prosecutorial System, and the county portion of his salary will either be $43,735 or $30,123. I have a meeting next week with PAC, and after that meeting, I'll know how much they're paying. Depends on how much credit they give him for years of experience, and I have to go ask for that at this meeting. By way of comparison, Aaron's county compensation was $41,931, so this is a very minimal budgetary impact from this change. Hopefully it'll be actually reduced, but that's what I'm wanting to do, and I'd ask your approval, and I'll take any questions.
Cam,
Thanks for all that information. Sounds like a
great experienced candidate. What questions or comments does anyone have for Cam?
Will there be a motion to approve?
We have a motion.
There's a second.
Second.
All right, we have a
Motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Can you all hear me still?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. Thank you.
That's true.
Jeff,
Mudrak, Animal Control Promotion and new hires.
Yes, I'm pleased to recommend 3 changes in the Animal Control Office. 1 is a promotion, 2 are new hires, and that's on behalf of Sherry Bishop. Sydney Evans is recommended for the vacant Animal Control Officer position. Her new rate of pay will be $19.97 an hour, and it'll be effective December 20th. And then the 2 new hires, both will be starting on January 5th. We have Linda Reyes, who will be starting at $19.97 an hour, and Elizabeth Green, who will take a animal care technician position. Her pay will be $17 an hour. Accept questions or a motion for approval.
Motion for approval.
Jeff, so we have a motion from Kelly,
Second.
second from Rob Jones. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I believe Brad Nation is on the Zoom from Shroud Tate Wilson. Is that correct?
Yeah, Judge, I'm here.
Hey, good, Brad. Thank you. Brad, you sent over a HVAC contract, and that contract reflects both the total renovation and scope of work for the HVAC system, as well as the additional alternate of the pumps and the lighting. And I'm trying to find my figure of our total. I had it right here a minute ago, but can't do it. Brad, can you share that one more time? That total?
Yeah, I'd have to pull it up too, Judge. I can try to find it real quick here.
I bet I'll beat you. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, I had one.
That's all right.
Be careful while you're driving, Judge.
Yeah.
No, I'm parked now. I'm parked. Wait just a second here. sorry, had this written down. So it's 1,087,000. That is the grand total. That does include the 73.5 for pump replacement, 14,500 for courthouse lighting, and that's in the courtroom, the LED lighting. And then I think there's 157 days for completion, if I remember seeing that.
That was right.
Brad, do you want to make any other comment, and would there be any other questions from any court member?
I'll be recusing myself. I work for Top Tape, so I'll be backing
I
out.
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I'm here, Judge.
Rick also recused, so, any other questions? If not, would there be a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion from David Lewis, and thank you, sir. Would there be a second?
Second.
Second from Dr. Wallace. Thank you, Dr. Wallace. Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. I'm excited about getting that started. I've told Stacy and everybody in the office, I'm sitting over there by those windows on the west side of my desk, and I got to wear my sock cap. It's been so cold, so I'm looking forward to getting that started. Next item is storm shelter discussion, and is Mike Hennigan in the courtroom with us? Mike, thank you. So I'll kick this off, but the original bid that we rejected officially, and in November we rejected a bid from Hinkle for $224,000, and you all authorized me to try to negotiate some value engineering with Hinkle, and I shared by email a proposal from Hinkle that went to $188,000, but that did not include the solar and the backup power, and it didn't include either essentially what is a compost toilet, and what Mike and I have talked about, $188,000 coming from 224 is a substantial savings. But what I would like the court to consider and think about is possibly rebidding and having three bids, and we'll put this out, but before we advertise it, if the court wants to do this, we would share with you all. But the thought process is bidding it just for the purchase of the actual shelter itself and the specs. Mike will have the specs for the shelter. Then the second part, the second alternate would be for the groundwork, the concrete work, and the actual placement of the shelter. And that would be an alternate. And then the third alternate, Mike, can you help me exactly with, you recommended some other items, the solar and backup. Can you speak to that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted the third alternate to be the electrical package, whether it be solar or connection to grid power or some combination thereof. I've said in the past that the two existing shelters we have need to be on grid power regularly with the solar backup in case the grid power falls off. So I'd like to have that as part of the bid package, that they provide the electric and the inverter, the solar panels, batteries, whatever is necessary to do the backup, and then install a connection to a metered service. So that was the third segment. I really feel like the toilet and the ADA restroom that's involved could be absorbed by the county budget. The bid that came in was I think it was $6,800, and we can purchase that equipment for significantly less than that. So.
And the other piece of it as well is
language we need to include in the bid is that the county, on the main bid, will do a direct purchase of the shelter and save significant dollars on sales tax as well. So I'd love to have comment, and if the court wants to go on with 188 forward, I'm more than happy to listen to that, and we can talk about that. I'm just trying to be a good steward of tax dollars, and I do think it's worth posting this bid one more time for 2 weeks and then seeing what we get in 2 weeks. Comments or questions from anybody?
Mike, so did you want to do it in like 3 parts and then all together again? So you can either bid on each section or you can bid on the whole thing total, right?
That was the idea, that any or all parts. It'd be nice if we had one company that did all 3 pieces, as Safety Shelter did last year. But if we're going to go out and bid it again, I think that it's more realistic to do the 3 pieces because it gives other subcontractors the opportunity to do some, if not all. So.
I want to ask a quick question, because this just popped in my mind too, is talking about solar and attaching to the electrical grid and everything. If a tornado comes through, the shelter obviously, hopefully, knock on wood, does survive and everyone's safe. But is there a guarantee that the solar wouldn't blow away?
No, no guarantee that those panels won't disappear.
And what's the battery life, and would we be better having a diesel generator out there that is structured in a manner that it would not be blown away, such as the building?
That might be a very good option.
Because I don't know how long the battery life would be on it, and I don't know how long it would take for a response from emergency services to go out there to assist, or and I'm just thinking if they're if folks are in there for 8 to 10 hours after the storm passes,
It's possible.
will there be electric if we have solar that's ripped off and a battery that lasts 6 hours?
And that's the issue that I've brought up in the past with the 2 that we currently own.
Right.
The batteries last about 8 to 10 hours using the equipment that's already installed, the LED lights, the fan, that. If the people, the customers or the people that are monitoring it and controlling, plug anything in, whether it be a radio or
Phone
whatever,
charger.
It drops down those batteries with really quickly. So we had one incident where we had people using the electricity, and within an hour of closing the doors, the lights went off and we were out of luck. So
David's proposal, I think, could that be an alternate as well? Instead of solar and battery, just the installation of a properly sized generator. I mean, Mike, could that be an option?
Oh, it's definitely an option, because for a structure that size, it could be a very small generator. We're not looking.
What if
on Lyle Road, could one generator do both?
Yes, a slightly larger generator would do
and
both
wire
of those.
both of them in?
And then a small 3500 or something.
The only problem with a generator is you're gonna have that maintenance. It's supposed to start every month to make sure it's running, so you're gonna have some
Right.
maintenance, so you're gonna.
But, yeah,
I
we
don't-
would have a maintenance thing for a generator, but right now we're having struggles with people trying to steal the
That's what I was getting
solar
ready to say.
panels.
They're
So
going
I'm
to
worried about that too,
So there's going to be, kind of a trade-off.
They'll still
Well,
be guaranteed.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
For that size, couldn't you use like a tailgate generator that somebody could just pick up at EMA and take with them? I mean, you don't need that much power.
Might be
Those
realistic.
would last hours.
Yeah, it's something that I haven't considered up until right now, so I would have to do a little bit of thinking and come back to you guys early next week, with what we think. But, I feel like, for a 48-foot structure, that's only got minimal electric draw, that we could probably get away with something like that. So.
So I would propose, someone considering a motion to, allow, us to rebid this, with the alternates discussed. And, Mike will put it together and share it, and then we'll go ahead and advertise it. What's that sound like?
Hinkle, the only people we got a price from to begin with,
On this one, yes.
Both times we've only had one bid each.
when we put it out to bid.
But what I'm hoping you all,
But Hinkle
is
didn't
if we
put the
put it
bridge
back
on.
out to bid and have
Hinkle
it
didn't put the
set up
bridge
with just the direct purchase of just the shelter, that a manufacturer of the shelter, will respond to that, no matter what. And if it doesn't happen, and we wasted 2 weeks, and it is what it is. I certainly defer to the pleasure of the court.
Do you think Hinkle will keep their price if we put it out to bid? And say we don't get any bids, Hinkle would still consider this price that they gave us, or?
Well, I think,
I wouldn't.
I spoke with Laura and Rochelle, and I think they would bid on it again, because they've got all their work already done. What I'm just hoping is that we can save some money through the direct purchase of the shelter itself, if that's the way it goes.
That sounds good to me too. Well, exactly how the motion needs to sound, but to, go ahead and give Mike an opportunity to spend the next couple of weeks and try to put another package together, considering the generator and how that might look. That would be a motion for me if that's appropriate.
I have rebid it in parts with option of any or all.
I think that's the best way.
So we have a motion from Rick,
Second.
second from David. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. Thanks, Mike. Next item is the holiday schedule. Hope you had a chance to review that. This year is an outlier. I think Stacy says every 7 years this happens, that Christmas Eve is, it's a challenge because it's a work day, but we've always adopted the state calendar, and I think there's wisdom in sticking with that. But looking at next year's calendar, we'd be approving January 1, January 2nd. That's a Thursday, Friday, in 26 here coming up as holidays, and as well as Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, January 19th. Good Friday, half a day, April 3rd. Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th. Juneteenth, Friday, June 19th. Independence Day, Friday, July 3rd. That'd be a long weekend, which is nice. Labor Day, Monday, September 7th. Veterans Day, November 11th. Thanksgiving, of course, would be Thursday, Friday, 26th and 27th. And then next year, back to the good rotation of being off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, 24, 25. And then next year's New Year's would be Thursday, December 31st, and then Friday, January 1st. Any questions or comments related to that?
I didn't hear anything about Festivus. It's December 23rd.
It's for the rest of us.
For the rest of us, we have to recommend folks, taking a personal day or, a pay time off day there. But I like it. Would there be a motion to consider?
Motion.
Second.
Motion from David Livingston, second from Dwayne Nelson. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll go right now to Jeff Mudrack and new business. We've shared information about EMS part-time pay adjustments, trying to really get a few more folks working a few more shifts to help at EMS. Jeff, you want to speak to what your recommendation is?
Yes, as you can tell from the sheet I gave you previously, we're currently paying $12.77 an hour for part-time EMTs. That'll go to $14 an hour. Part-time advanced EMT is $14.50. It'll go to $16 an hour. Part-time paramedic is $17.69. It'll go to $20 an hour. The rates range from either from a 10% increase roughly to a 13% increase for the part-time paramedic. I think this is a very sound recommendation. It's a step in the right direction, and we'll just see what impact it has on us. Hopefully it'll improve our efforts to recruit and retain people to serve on a part-time basis.
Sounds thought out, and I do think we need to see if it impacts our roster there. What comments would anyone have or questions?
I'll just say that I'm glad that they did a survey of the employees, and that makes me feel better about the situation moving forward. So I'll make a motion for approval of recommendation.
Thank you, Chad, appreciate it.
Second.
Second from Rod Jones, thank you, Rod. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. I'm going to shift down to a paramedic GPD request from the Georgetown Police Department for paramedic participation on the SRT team. And I want to make a request to the court for consideration that we approve in general the participation, but I think an MOU needs to be drafted by Cam and Devin and Emily at the city just to define the participation, and then we'll share that MOU and get feedback from you all and get that approved. Does that sound wise?
Value your feedback.
Yeah, we've done that before in the past when we've created these deals, like with SWAT team and other different deals with Georgetown PD. I'd recommend a MOA or MOU.
You okay? Is that a motion, Chad?
Yeah, motion.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Kelly Coleman. Thank you, Kelly. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
The next item in new business that I wanted to share with you, I shared by email, and I'm asking because I really felt like we needed to have a record on this. But you know, we have navigated through the broadband project with the NTIA and the Financial Assistance Agreement Management Office for the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is NIST. And there has been a huge amount of administrative work in the background, and we could not have done this without our partner at CTC Technology. And then Stacy and Michelle have done a lot of work, and very thankful for their efforts, on billing and helping navigate the grant aspect of it. So we have made a request for a early closeout is what it's called, and we are waiting for a pending approval from the FAAMO with NIST. But I wanted to ask the court to consider approving that early closeout and drawdown of all grant funds, and that's conditional upon the NTIA approval, but it would close out that grant, and it would approve a distribution of grant funds to charter in the amount of $765,600, and then the Scott County Fiscal Court would be reimbursed $61,600 for administration of the grant, and that's I think that's a great thing as well. So what questions would anyone have? And just wanted to create a record and have this in the minutes that we're closing this project out, conditional upon the approval of NIST.
So is the motion to close out the grant or authorize
the motion would be to approve the closeout of the grant, the NTIA grant, and authorize the drawdown of funds to pay what charter is due, and then do our reimbursement out of those grant funds as well.
I'll make a motion to do what he just said.
All right. Thank you, Dwayne.
I'll second that behind Dwayne.
All right, and appreciate it, Kelly. You all, this is a big
Success for our community, and you know, general fund dollars were not expended on this, and it's just I'm very proud of it, and I think it makes a big difference for quality of life in our community, and then also for people doing so many things, telehealth, school from home, small businesses, and doctor's visits, all those things. So any other comments or questions?
Xbox for kids.
What did you say?
She said Xbox for kids.
Yes, absolutely. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
And then the last thing for, I believe I have for new businesses, Rural Land Management Board has 2 members, Kelly and Rick. We need one more by our ordinance to participate on that. There's a meeting on January 6th. They don't meet very often, but there is a meeting on January 6th. Would any magistrate be willing to serve?
Hey, Judge, I'll just point out, we generally only meet once a year. It's usually early in January. And it's a needed thing because, just from the administrative side of what they do.
Absolutely. And you know, we do have money in the budget this year,
And I do know that Bill Dawson, they are
in communication with the federal USDA about availability of funds and about, you know, we have applications. They have been checking with those that have applied and scored out about if they're still interested in the program. So there might be another meeting or two, but you know, we just got to have another third member of this committee.
Joe Pat,
Yes.
how many years are the terms for this board?
I don't,
They're
that is
not
a
on our
question
list.
that I do not know the answer to.
Okay, I'll call and find out.
All right. But I do know Kelly and Rick have participated, and we just need one more manager.
I'll do it, Judge.
I make a motion for Rob Jones to serve on this board.
I hear a motion. And I heard Rob volunteering, so I appreciate it.
Second.
Rob. I appreciate it. We got a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Rob is now a member of the Rural Land Management Board. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Thanks, David.
And Judge and Stacy, one other note on that, I think there's almost always some other vacancies, like maybe Sadyville's got a vacancy. Everybody's supposed to be represented, several things, so that'll be, you know, we'll find that out for sure in January.
Yeah, probably need to add them to our list. We have that packet of county boards and they're not on there.
Well, okay.
We're not,
We'll talk about that, we'll talk about that in that January meeting.
okay. Well, we'll follow up. I appreciate it. I don't have any other new business. Does anyone else have any new business? Anything I'm leaving off?
Good.
yes.
You want to fill everybody in on the good news about North Race Fork Bridge?
Oh, JR, I'm so glad you brought that up. We have been emailing it's help me out. It's Todd Johnson Contracting and JR, will you share with the court what's going on out there on North Race Fork?
Yes, sir. They moved in and mobilized Monday, brought in a lot of equipment, tool trailers, started demoing the bridge deck and everything, and they worked 3 days, I think, this week, and they've accomplished a whole lot, so that's moving greatly.
Very good. And it's great news. And they have shared that they're going to start in January, early January sometime on Mount Horeb as well. So we'll keep keep plugging and keep after them on that as well. Mike, any update on, I know the temperatures are going to plummet there. Will you share via social media any warming shelters when you get requests and open anything, Mike Hennigan?
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
All right, I appreciate it very much, and everybody stay safe. Appreciate everybody's flexibility to get this meeting done. We had real business that we had to conduct and pay our bills, so I appreciate that. Any other comment from any magistrate or anybody else?
I just want to thank Rick and JR for going to St. Thomas to help them with their stuff at the Virgin Islands.
Absolutely. Big boys. Would there be a motion?
Hey, Judge, quick shout out to all of our first responders on that incident the other night where they had that chase down the stamping ground and back to Georgetown and had the helicopter come in from Lexington. It's good coordination and thankful all those guys are working together.
Yeah, Joe knows that guy.
Yeah, you and I don't, we know, yes, we do, yes, sir. We don't, we do. That's all I'm gonna say. But no, I appreciate all the first responders. I appreciate the time. Is there anything else? Would there be a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion carried.
Second.
Second, all those in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you all.